At precisely 3:47 hours, 22 nautical miles off the Iranian coast, a Type 53 65K torpedo entered the water. Hydrogen peroxide propellant ignited. The weapon accelerated to 45 knots through the darkness of the Strait of Hormuz. Target: USS Abraham Lincoln. 100,000 tons of nuclear-powered American naval force worth $13 billion, carrying 5,000 personnel. Distance to impact: 11 minutes 43 seconds. What happened next would fundamentally reshape naval power calculations across the entire Persian Gulf region. The weapon itself represents a critical miscalculation. Soviet-designed in the 1960s, reverse-engineered in Iranian facilities, the Type 53 65K carries 2,200 kilograms total weight, including a 400-kilogram high-explosive warhead. Wake-homing guidance tracks disturbed water behind ship propellers without emitting detectable signals. Hydrogen peroxide propulsion delivers high speed without telltale bubble trails. Maximum range: 19 kilometers. Maximum depth: 400 meters. These specifications appear formidable on technical documents. Reality proves devastatingly different. Wake-homing torpedoes were engineered for merchant convoys traveling predictable routes at steady speeds. Deploying this technology against a modern American carrier strike group protected by acoustic sensors spanning 50,000 square miles represents a fundamental misunderstanding of contemporary naval warfare. The technological gap spans entire generations of military evolution. The critical factor emerges immediately. The attacking submarine had been continuously tracked for 96 hours before weapon launch. Every movement, every depth change, every operational maneuver had been monitored by acoustic detection systems sensitive enough to register mechanical sounds at 40-mile distances. The AN/SQQ-89 integrated combat system aboard Lincoln had processed acoustic data from sensors distributed across hundreds of miles of ocean, simultaneously tracking multiple submarine contacts, classifying acoustic signatures, predicting positions minutes into the future with precision that renders stealth functionally obsolete. At 3:47 hours and 8 seconds, detection occurred. USS Stockdale, positioned 15 nautical miles forward of the carrier, registered torpedo launch instantly. Bow-mounted sonar detected high-speed propeller cavitation and hydrogen peroxide propulsion signature. Aegis combat system processed threat data faster than human reaction time allows. Bearing 042. Speed 45 knots. Time to impact 11 minutes 43 seconds. Threat classification: Type 53 wake-homing torpedo, Soviet-era design. Countermeasure solutions calculated across multiple defensive vectors before the weapon traveled its first 500 meters. The defensive response operated on simultaneous layers. Acoustic decoys launched from pneumatic tubes along Lincoln's hull, generating false acoustic signatures replicating carrier propeller wash. The wake-homing guidance system suddenly confronted multiple potential targets, each presenting identical acoustic profiles. Stockdale accelerated toward the incoming threat. From vertical launch systems, an ASROC anti-submarine rocket erupted, motor burning 8 seconds before warhead separation. The ASROC payload, a Mark 54 torpedo, entered the water 3 miles ahead, went active, acquired target within 4 seconds. 2 torpedoes now closed at combined 95 knots. The Iranian Type 53 maintained programmed course, tracking what its guidance system identified as carrier wake. The Mark 54 adjusted trajectory 40 times per second, guidance computer processing data at speeds the Soviet-era weapon couldn't approach.
At 3:49 hours and exactly 2 minutes 11 seconds post-launch, the Mark 54 warhead detonated 10 feet from the Type 53 guidance section. Explosion shredded control surfaces, cracked pressure hull, destroyed propulsion. The weapon tumbled into depths. Mission failed, threat neutralized. But threat elimination extends beyond defensive intercept. The launch platform requires immediate neutralization. The attacking submarine, having fired its weapon, faced binary options: remain deep and silent or run for deeper water. The decision favored speed over stealth. Critical error.
An MH-60R Seahawk launched 90 seconds after initial detection. Combat loadout including 2 Mark 54 torpedoes and magnetic anomaly detection equipment. At 03:52 hours, MAD systems registered contact, detecting steel hull distortion. 4 sonobuoys deployed in diamond pattern. Passive sonar acquired target immediately. The submarine was running maximum speed, diesel engines pushing emergency power, generating acoustic signature detectable across miles. Stealth abandoned for speed. Insufficient. At 03:54 hours, weapon deployment. The Mark 54 entered water from 50 feet altitude, target solution preloaded via data link. Active sonar engaged immediately. The submarine detected incoming torpedo, initiated evasive maneuvers. Hard turn to port, dive toward seabed, noisemaker and decoy ejection. Standard defensive protocol effective against 1980s-era weapons. The Mark 54 adjusted search pattern, filtered decoys, reacquired target. Impact at 03:56 hours, midship below conning tower. 44-kilogram warhead detonated against pressure hull. Hull breach. Water ingress at hundreds of gallons per second. Emergency systems activated throughout compartments. Physics dictated outcome. Breached pressure hull at 300 feet depth equals catastrophic failure. Surface at 04:01 hours. Vessel wallowing in swells. Propulsion dead. Crew evacuating to deck, hands raised. 14 minutes elapsed from torpedo launch to complete tactical defeat. Strategic response escalated immediately. 2 FA-18E Super Hornets launched from Lincoln via electromagnetic catapults. Combat loadout: 4 AGM-88E advanced anti-radiation missiles each. 2 AIM-120D AMRAAMs, 2 AIM-9X Sidewinders. Strike package climbed to 25,000 feet, turned toward Iranian coast at Mach 1.3. Flight time, 9 minutes. Simultaneously, destroyers prepared Tomahawk cruise missiles, land attack configuration. 4 missiles total. Targets: submarine base at Bandar Abbas, specifically submarine pens, command bunker, torpedo reload facility. At 04:15 hours, Hornets reached launch point 70 nautical miles from coast. AGM-88E missiles separated from pylons, motors ignited. These weapons employ advanced guidance combining active radar homing with inertial navigation, maintaining target track even after radar shutdown. Iranian coastal radar network attempted defensive blackout. Timing insufficient. Missiles maintained course to last known radar positions. Impact at Mach 2. 150-pound warheads detonating inside radar complexes. Antennas collapsed. Control facilities erupted in secondary explosions. Coastal radar coverage eliminated. At 04:18 hours, Tomahawks arrived. 4 BGM-109 cruise missiles approaching at 550 miles per hour, altitude 100 feet, following terrain contours with GPS precision measured in meters.
first two missiles struck submarine pens. Reinforced concrete structures designed for conventional attack proved inadequate against 1,000-pound warheads delivering pinpoint strikes. Roof structures collapsed, pier facilities buried under debris tonnage, submarine base rendered non-operational. Third Tomahawk impacted command bunker. Fourth struck torpedo reload facility. Secondary explosions scattered ordnance debris across 300 meters. Mission completion. Strike package returned Lincoln. All aircraft recovered. All ordnance expended. 0 losses. Carrier resumed patrol. Course unchanged. Speed unchanged. Operational tempo unaffected.
The exchange calculus reveals asymmetric devastation. Iranian expenditure: 1 Type 53 torpedo, approximate value $350,000, plus exposure of submarine operating area and complete acoustic signature profile. Iranian losses: 1 submarine, crew captured, primary submarine base inoperable, coastal radar network destroyed, torpedo stockpile eliminated. American expenditure: 1 Mark 54 torpedo, 4 Tomahawk missiles, 4 AGM-88E missiles. Operational costs: total approximately $11 million. American losses: 0 personnel, 0 platforms, 0 operational capability. The financial analysis proves secondary to strategic implications. This engagement fundamentally recalibrated naval power dynamics throughout the Persian Gulf and broader Middle East region. Iran's submarine force, already limited in capability, lost critical operational infrastructure and had tactical doctrine exposed as obsolete against modern detection and response systems. Regional powers monitoring the engagement, particularly Gulf Cooperation Council states, received definitive demonstration that American security commitments translate to overwhelming military response capability. China and Russia, both maintaining strategic relationships with Tehran and providing military technology transfers, witnessed their client states' most advanced asymmetric warfare assets systematically dismantled within minutes. Iranian domestic narratives emphasizing military capability sufficient to challenge American naval presence collapsed against operational reality. The broader geopolitical ramifications extend across multiple dimensions. Iranian regional deterrence posture, built substantially on perceived ability to threaten maritime traffic and naval forces in the Strait of Hormuz, sustained fundamental degradation. The demonstration effect reaches beyond immediate Persian Gulf waters. Every nation calculating naval conflict scenarios against American carrier strike groups received definitive data regarding detection capability, response speed, and precision strike capacity. South China Sea territorial disputes, contested waters near Taiwan, potential flashpoints in the eastern Mediterranean. All these scenarios now incorporate confirmed evidence of American naval technological superiority applied with surgical precision. The engagement methodology itself carries strategic significance. No dramatic surface battles, no extended combat operations, just systematic application of layered defense systems, immediate platform neutralization, and infrastructure strikes eliminating future threat capacity. Modern naval warfare functions through information dominance, converted to kinetic effects faster than adversary decision cycles permit effective response. The attacking submarine was tracked for 4 days before weapon launch. The torpedo was intercepted within 2 minutes. The launch platform was destroyed within 9 minutes. The supporting infrastructure was eliminated within 31 minutes. Total elapsed time from initial attack to complete strategic defeat,
approximately 90 minutes. This operational tempo fundamentally alters deterrence calculations. Traditional military planning assumes time for escalation management, diplomatic intervention, command decision cycles. The Strait of Hormuz engagement compressed the entire conflict spectrum: attack, defense, counterattack, infrastructure destruction, into a time frame shorter than most military command structures require for basic situational assessment. The implication for regional security architecture proves profound. American carrier strike groups don't merely patrol international waters as symbolic presence. They operate as autonomous tactical systems capable of detecting, tracking, neutralizing threats, and eliminating threat infrastructure before most nations complete initial crisis response protocols. Iranian state media subsequently claimed successful operations forcing American carrier withdrawal. Navigation logs documented 0 course deviations, 0 speed changes, 0 operational impact. The narrative divergence between claimed success and documented reality underscores the challenge facing regimes attempting to maintain domestic legitimacy while confronting overwhelming military capability gaps. Every submarine commander, every naval strategist, every national security apparatus evaluating potential confrontation with American naval forces now possesses comprehensive evidence regarding detection capabilities, response systems, and willingness to apply overwhelming force against asymmetric threats. The Strait of Hormuz incident didn't conclude with diplomatic negotiations or measured escalation. It ended with one submarine on the ocean floor, one naval base in ruins, one carrier continuing patrol operations as scheduled. This represents the defining characteristic of contemporary American naval dominance. Threats don't escalate into crises, they simply disappear before becoming operationally relevant.